What happens when your GLP-1 goes wrong? Have you ever felt like your GLP-1 stopped working? Maybe your food noise was coming back. Maybe your appetite wasn't as suppressed. The scale stopped moving. Maybe you're already at the highest dose or you're on some of the highest doses and you still have weight to lose. Or maybe you've lost and you still don't feel like you are at the place you want to be. So I'm going to tell you, after 2 years of being on a GLP-1, I have realized something. Sometimes a GLP-1 can feel like it's gone wrong when technically it's still working. Today I want to talk about 8 signs that your GLP-1 can feel off track, and more importantly, what to do about it. Stick around for signs 5 and 6. Those are 2 signs that have hit me the hardest on this GLP-1 journey. I'm going to share what I learned that could hopefully be helpful to you as well. So let's get started. Sign number 1 to tell you if your GLP-1 has gone wrong. I bet you everybody knows this. The food noise comes back. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is one of the best things that has happened to me on this GLP-1 journey, that the food noise was gone. When I first felt the food noise creeping back, I remember thinking, I thought I was going to have no food noise forever. Who knew that it actually starts to come back? And when the food noise comes back, it can be scary. Many people assume when that food noise comes back, the medication has failed you. I just want to remind you, the medication is not failing. It could be stress related. It could be your hormones kicking in. It could be your lack of sleep. All those things contribute to your food noise coming back. So what can we do when the food noise kicks in other than go up a dose right away? So here's something you could do, and this is something I try and it does work, and that is create a food noise emergency plan. Have something on hand so when that food noise comes back, you're not grabbing the processed foods, you're grabbing whole foods, leading with that protein first. So in addition to the proteins, you want to have some water, maybe some fruits, some veggies, a nice little hummus dips, avocado. Have backup meals and snacks ready to go. That's going to be the best thing you can do to help you with the food noise. That brings us to the next sign where people start to panic. Sign number 2 is the scale stops moving. As I said, this is where many people start to panic. They're doing everything they're supposed to do. They're following the healthy habits. They have the lifestyle changes, but that scale is still the same. A week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by. For some people, even a month goes by, no movement on that scale. So I'm going to tell you what to do when that happens. Go back to the basics. Go back to the basics of your healthy habits. And I want you to remember the 3 8s. Who remembers the 3 8s? The 3 8s are 8,000 steps, 8 hours of sleep, 8 glasses of water. If you can remember to do that, and I always like to add that bonus in, 80 to 120 grams of protein, but at least get that 80 grams of protein in. Please consult your doctor and make sure 80 grams of protein or more is what's best for you and your body and your health journey. Before you assume the medication is not working, let's tweak a few things. Let's look at what we're actually doing. That brings me to sign number 3. You have reached the highest dose. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is so personal for me because I have reached the highest dose. 15 milligrams of Mounjaro. Once I got to 15 milligrams, I thought, what if it doesn't work from here? I have nowhere else to go. And I still have more weight to lose. I made a video talking about my true, honest feelings about never reaching my weight loss goal. I want you to go and check out that video. And that video was just me sharing with you exactly what I'm feeling, and also what people go through on this journey that just don't reach their goal. Boom, boom, bam, you're at your goal. I want to share with you the struggles and the challenges of somebody who is losing weight slowly, but is not giving up. So don't think I'm giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm just sharing a realistic journey with you. If you're at that highest dose, or if you're hovering with 10, 12 and a half, and 15 milligrams, and you have a lot more weight to lose, I'm going to tell you, maximize the current dose you're at. I'm on 15 milligrams. Guess what? I'm going to have to maximize this dose. That means, am I strength training? Yes, check. I joined the gym. I'm getting that training in. Am I prioritizing protein? I can check. I met with the dietitian. I know what I should be eating and how much of it. Am I sleeping? Yes, I am getting that 8 hours of sleep. And I give myself grace on this. If I can get 7 to 7.5, I'll take that too. But there are nights that I am getting 8 hours of sleep and I am feeling good about that. Just know the breakthrough when you're on that highest dose, 15 milligrams, or the max dose of your GLP-1, it isn't necessarily, obviously, going up a dose. It is improving those habits. So that's what I have to focus on. And that may be what you need to focus on, a habit improvement. That takes us to sign number 4, which is what happens when you stop. Now, you may say, why would somebody ever stop taking a GLP-1? And I'm going to tell you, there have been countless comments in my comment section with people telling me how discouraged they were, how it's been 3 and 4 months, they have not lost any weight, and they haven't noticed enough improvements to keep going. Many people are wondering, when I stop, am I going to regain the weight? Will my hunger come back? What's going to happen when my appetite is not as suppressed? Where will I end up? I will say to you, hang in there, and build habits that survive the medication. If you're somebody who needs to get off this medication, hopefully you have habits in place. So what are those habits? Well, let me tell you, I wrote them down. So I would say protein, start with that protein, 80 to 120 grams, check with your doctor. Strength training, 3 to 4 times a week. Even if you could start at 2, we'll take that. Start at 2, build yourself up, and you want to get strong. Hydration, the next thing you can do is make sure you're getting that water in, 7 to 8 glasses of water. If you can do more and your doctor approves that, I would say go for it, but you want to keep your body hydrated. Movement, so not just strength training, but do some kind of movement, cardio. I'm not a big cardio fan, but I do move around after I eat. An old habit of mine used to be laying around once I ate, watching TV, sitting on the couch, sitting in my chair. Now I am up. That's why I call myself a lady who moves. Last but certainly not least, get that sleep in. 4-5 hours. That's so yesterday. Today we're getting 7, 8. We are busy. We are moving. Our bodies need to rest. So just as important as it is to be up and active and moving, it's just as important to get your sleep, get your rest. Now, this is easier said than done. This is not always the easiest thing, which brings me to sign number 5, that your GLP-1 has gone wrong. And that is if that emotional eating is running the show. I'm going to tell you, for the last 4 months, the emotional eating has been running the show in my GLP-1 journey. I had to take my power back. It surprised me because I'm just thinking the medication is going to help me with everything that needed to be fixed. I learned right away that is not true. The medication is a treatment and a supplement for us, but it will not heal stress. It will not heal boredom. It will not heal loneliness or anxiety. Those are the things that we have to manage while we're taking this medication. So how can we manage it? This is something that is not going to cost you any money. What you need to do is stop and pause. The 5-minute pause where you say to yourself out loud or write it down. Why am I hungry? What am I hungry for? Write down why you're eating what you're eating. A lot of times, if you think about things before you actually act, that will change what you decide to do with the information. So instead of getting upset or being bored and grabbing a snack, think about, am I really hungry? Do I need a snack? Maybe you're thirsty. Maybe you're not even hungry. Maybe you just need to entertain yourself. Pull out that favorite book, watch that favorite movie, get up and go for a walk, take a stroll around your neighborhood, jump on your walking pad, play with your kids or your grandkids, have a conversation with a friend. All those things are things you can do, but take a pause so you're not letting your emotions lead. You're letting your brain lead. Which brings me to sign number 6, and this is something that I am still struggling with. Sign number 6, that weight comes off, but that mindset stays the same. I'm going to tell you a common theme in the comment section that I get, and I love the comments, by the way. They really have taught me a lot. And what those comments tell me is that A lot of times people see the weight coming off, they're losing weight, but that mindset is still the same. People are doubting themselves. People aren't giving themselves credit for how far they've come. People are avoiding pictures, avoiding social situations. People can't discuss their GLP-1 journey with a family member or a friend. And the whole mindset of feeling ashamed. People went from feeling ashamed about being overweight to feeling ashamed about being on the GLP-1. I'm going to say to you, let that shame go. Let it go. What can you do about it? I'm going to say, start living today. Stop comparing yourself. Change what you're watching online. Stay off social media. Stay off those websites and those different apps that make you feel like you have to compare yourself. Join a gym. Wear that outfit. Take that picture. Do things to make yourself feel good now and stop waiting until you hit the goal to feel better. And I had to tell myself this. So if I can do it, so can you. So that brings us to sign number 7. Your expectations can outweigh your growth. This is that whole comparison culture that I talk about a lot in my videos, because I think naturally we tend to compare ourselves. I'm just going to tell you, you got to let that go. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it can ruin any good feeling you have on this GLP-1 journey. Why do I say that? Because you're setting yourself up for it never being enough. Whatever that goal is you get to, whatever that size is you get to, when you start comparing, what you have accomplished is never going to be enough. So what can you do about this? The best thing you can do is compare yourself to your old self, to your former self. Do not compare yourself with anybody else. Compare where you are at now to where you started on this journey. I want you to ask yourself, am I healthier today than I was when I started my journey? I want you to look at pictures and see, do you look like the exact same person that you were when you started? That is the comparison you should be looking at, because that's a comparison that matters. I just want to quickly say here, if you have not taken labs, which is your blood work, your A1C, your cholesterol, your vitamin D levels, your fasting blood sugar levels, I would get those checked out so that you can have a benchmark of where you started, even if it's not at the beginning. Just like you know what your weight loss is, I want you to know what your metabolic indicators look like. So that brings us to sign number 8, and that is your GLP-1 was never designed to solve every problem. Are you one of the people that thought that? I know a lot of times people think when I lose weight, this is going to happen. When I get healthier, that's going to happen. This right here is a very big emotional payoff, and it can be disappointing if it doesn't work out for you. I know so many people who think if I lose weight, everything in my life is going to be better. Weight comes off and things are still the same. I always say life is still life and the bills are still billing. Nothing has really changed. People are realizing they still need confidence. They still need healing. They still need to feel worthy, and they still need a purpose. So what can we do about that? Because I think this is one of the biggest pain points for our GLP-1 community. This is what I want you to do. I want you to create a victory list. I think this is so cool. Every week, I want you to write down a health improvement that you noticed, your non-scale victories, and any wins that you had that you just have thought about, but you have never written them down. I want you to write that down, because success is really bigger than a number on a scale. So if your GLP-1 journey seems like it has gone wrong, I want you to stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Don't give up. Do not quit. I hope you realize that a stall does not mean you have failed. Food noise returning doesn't mean you failed. Needing this medication long term doesn't mean you failed. The real failure is giving up on yourself. So we do not want to do that. I want you to continue to build those healthy habits. They're the foundation for your success on this medication. And remember, there is only one you. So be the best you that you can be. I want to hear from you. Leave a message and let me know. Is there anything in this video that resonated with you that you can relate to? Drop down in the comments. I will see you down there. Like and share the video. Hype the video so that it can reach so many other people that need to hear this mess. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I go live or upload a video. I am live on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So come and hang out with me live, ask questions, share your journey. We would love to encourage and support you. Check out my Didi's Inner Circle for a private supportive group that could help you on your GLP-1 journey. Visit my Stand store. The links will be in the description of this video. Most importantly, I want you to take great care of yourself on this journey. We just have to. And remember, slow and normal, slow and steady wins the race. Just don't quit.